great. But did you see The Voice UK last night? After The Masked Singer was The Voice. If you did, you would have heard this. If you didn't, just have a listen. Phenomenal. That is Nadia Eide from Sutton Courtenay, who is a classical crossover singer, and she joins me now. Hello, Nadia. How are you doing?
Hello, Fleur. I'm really good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm excellent, thank you. You have such a strong voice. How did you know that you could sing like that? When did you find that out?
Oh, my goodness. Gosh, well, I grew up with music. My parents met in a rock band in the 70s. So I kind of grew up with a lot of music throughout my childhood, and I discovered I could always sing. I was always very shy growing up, so music kind of really, it sounds cheesy, but it really did give me the confidence to kind of step out and find myself a bit. So the power kind of just comes from a lot of practice, I guess, and taking good care of yourself. But yeah,
and I'm actually quite intrigued how you got into classical, because you said that your parents met and, you know, it was very rock oriented. You know, a lot of rock music was something that your parents had in common. But you're coming out there with a really awesome classical number, and you've got such a brilliant voice. When did you go, actually, classical music, I can do that?
You know, it's an anomaly. Nobody knows where it's come from. Absolutely not, because no one. I have quite a big family. I'm one of 8 children. And I'm one of the youngest, and none of them are even into music or classical music, you know, at all. So it's just crazy. I mean, I do think you're born with a voice, but it's very much cultivated by the kind of music I like to listen to. I love kind of filmic scores and classical vocals, and I had classical training growing up vocally. So I've just always kind of had that interest, but then also to put a twist on it, make it more exciting. And yeah, I just love singing it. So dramatic and great. But yeah, I have no idea where it came from. My parents are still in shock.
Oh, well, on The Voice, you looked really comfortable. You kind of looked a bit at home, which I guess a lot of performers feel when they are singing. You just looked like you were really enjoying it, which is what we would like to see with people who do their auditions and the blind auditions as well. You really caught will.i.am's ears, let's say, because obviously he couldn't see you at the time, but you really did kind of get such a reaction out of him.
Well, thank you for that. I mean, I was probably the most nervous I've ever been for any audition, because bearing in mind, you know, it's been almost a year now where the whole entertainment industry has just shut down. So yeah. I was out doing concerts, doing my own shows, and, you know, suddenly I had to stay at home, and I've just been, you know, singing as much as I can at home, but, you know, we lost all our work as singers. Mm-hmm. So it was quite a big deal to kind of go out and audition in the first place, let alone on TV in front of millions of people. So and it was also quite scary because it's the first time I've sung for people who are like, I can't see the audience. I could only I'm essentially singing to their backs.
Yeah.
So so many times I just had to close my eyes. For those of you who've seen it would know, because I was just so nervous. But I'm so glad it went well. And yeah, Will, it's incredible how things work out. He only had one spot left to fill his team. I was on the final day of auditions. It really was just the stars aligning and everything coming together. And he literally said just before I came out that he was looking for an opera singer or someone a bit different.
Way.
So it's just so crazy. And he said that after as well. He had no idea. They don't tell them anything. So it was a complete surprise for him as well. So that's why I think that reaction from him is just so strong, because it was literally on his mind, and then out I walk. So I honestly, you can't make this up, really. It was such, when he told me that, I was like, that is unbelievable. And it almost gives me a little bit of shivers, because some things are just meant to be, I think. And I'm just over the moon.
Well, two of the judges turned round when you were singing, and that was Anne-Marie and will.i.am. Did you get to pick will.i.am? And if so, why?
Well, I have to be honest, I've always looked up to will.i.am. I have had a few friends on The Voice before, so I've kind of been watching it over the years, and I just I've always thought genuinely that will.i.am has such a good, he's got such a good eye for creativity, and especially with someone with a classical voice, I like the way he does things, because I like to be a bit different. I don't like to be put in a box, and I think he's very much forward-thinking and innovative when it comes to musical arrangements and things like that. And there's just something about his energy that's just so infectious. So I kind of had in my mind that I wanted to go on his team. So I really wanted him to turn. And obviously Anne-Marie is incredible. She's got, she's had so much success as a singer. She's such a beautiful person. I couldn't believe how lovely she is. I mean, all four of them were so lovely. They can't show everything we said on stage, obviously, because of time. But I was totally blown away about how down to earth all four of them really are. And I genuinely mean that. I was really taken aback, because I thought, these are legends of music, and here's little old me standing on stage and singing for them. Being given that opportunity was just, it's so humbling and so fantastic.
Oh,
but so I was able to choose. So to answer your question, and obviously went straight for Will. He was the one I wanted.
Oh, well, I'm glad that you were able to, you had that in your mind and you were able to make that happen as well. And it just seemed like the stars aligned for you for The Voice. So we'll be able to watch you in weeks to come. How can people find out more about you? Where can they follow you in the meantime? So
I'm everywhere on all social media, Twitter, if people use that, Facebook, Instagram. I have a quite a detailed website as well. It's nadiaeide.com. And there I've got all music, I've got, videos, biography, everything, if anyone wants to find out anything more about what I do. I also set up my own charity, so you can read about all of that on my website and more. So it's very easy to find. You probably just put my name into Google and you'll find it. It'll all pop up.
Awesome. Nadia, can we catch up with you to see how you get on each week? Is that all right if we do that?
Absolutely, I would love that. That would be so nice.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Nadia, and thank you for your beautiful voice as well. It was really nice to see you on TV last night. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you so much, Fleur. You too.
Thank you. That was Nadia Eide from Sutton Courtenay, but she was on The Voice last night, and she just blew away the judges.